Back at it for season 3. Welcome back. This is the BBNIC show. I am your host, FOB Cnote, the Hood Ray Charles, Blind Papi if you nasty, Blind Lightning. And I just want to thank everybody for definitely supporting Blind Lightning, Blind Papi, or whatever you want to call me for this past, we've been doing this shit for 7 months now. And definitely I would love to appreciate it. Plus, it was my birthday. I love the birthday love I got off the Instagram and Twitter. I appreciate y'all, my fan base. Next year, I'm thinking about live show. Also, this episode is definitely sponsored by Bel Air Rose. Blind Papi definitely in that Bel Air Rose office. I'm waiting for them boxes to come in so I can start putting the bottles on this table. My first sponsorship. And while you at it, take time out. Open your phones. Go to YouTube. Go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification because I'm back at it. And I think this going to be the longest season Blind Papi have to offer. So y'all know the routines. We going to close our eyes. We going to walk down this path. We ain't going to bump over no furniture. We ain't going to hit no walls. We ain't going to step in over kids. We ain't going to knock down no TVs. It's no excuse because Black Friday will be like a month away. So it's no excuse to get another TV. So we gonna close our eyes. We gonna walk down this path. We ain't gonna flip over no furniture. We ain't gonna bump into no walls. We ain't gonna step on no kids. We ain't gonna knock no TV down. So it's no excuse for Black Friday to be outside trying to get a TV. And we gonna walk in the dark. You walking in the dark with Blind Papi. Cause there's so many times that I sit and tell you to close your eyes and walk down this path. How many of y'all really closing your eyes with me? So now y'all have no choice. But being in the dark is more bad times than good. You got to control it. You got to really find yourself to say, this is a good moment, so it's a good time for me. You got to pretty much embrace yourself, embrace the loss of being in the dark, because that's how I got over them hard times. You got to be careful. You got to, when you walk down the stairs, you got to make sure you count them stairs so you won't miss a stair to fall. When you getting out the bed, you got to make sure you count your steps so you won't hit your feet. When you cooking, you got to really line the pot up with the eyes so you won't burn yourself. It's like you more cautious, you more patient. Before I used to get up and just run and go. Most of us do. But now you gotta move different. When you walk down the street, you don't want to hit no gates. When you walking down the stairs, you don't want to, step and twist your ankle. It's so much stuff that you got to be patient of. Like when you pouring a cup of juice, you don't want to spill that shit because at the end of the day, you don't want to clean it up either. So everything is time. Everything is patient. Everything is counting. Like I got special ways of doing things. But being in the dark is definitely hard because when you're walking down the hallway, I'm squinting my eyes even more because I want to see the things that I took for granted in life. Your kids calling you, you can't see them. You don't know what's wrong. It's like you playing Guess Who. Like sometimes it's like, life is all about just being in the dark. Because when you wash in the dark. You go to sleep, you listen to the news, but you trying to put a prediction in your head of what's going on because you only can hear it. Watching the BMF movie, watching Power, I'm playing characters in my head to try to match the storyline. Sometimes that shit could be like fucking you up, tripping you over. It can really bust your head. That's why I stick to watching Martin and Jamie Foxx and Law and Order because these is episodes that plays over and over and I sing over and over. So it's like, I know what it is. I know how it look. But it can really be hard. So if you want to know how it feels to be in the dark, keep your eyes closed, walk down that hallway. Let's see if you can make it. Go cook your favorite meal. Let's see how you can, if it comes out the way you cook it. Because my meal definitely do. Walk down the stairs. Let's see if you can make it down the stairs without tripping up. Let's see if you could tend to your kids. Let's see how it feels to wash in the dark. Let's see how it feels to go to sleep in the dark and wake up to the dark. Try to dress yourself to see if it match. See if you gonna get them comments or somebody gonna say, yo, you got the wrong sneakers on. You got red on with yellow, this, that, and the third. Blind Papi is an expert to it. I do it on my own by myself and look good doing it. So this dark might be tripping a lot of people up. A lot of people might be shedding tears because they can't handle that dark. So we're going to open our eyes now. And I definitely want to say, man, Blind Papi is back, man. Shout out to Eden. It's been a minute since, April? Eden haven't been in that seat since April with Blind Papi, but we back and ready to make history for season 3. But the reason why I went back to being in the dark, because I went through every episode and I never talked about being in the dark. Being in the dark every day is a challenge. You don't know what you're going to go against. Like my son, he like, I need you to sign this paper this past week. And I'm sitting there like, what do the paper say? Like, what do I have to sign? What information do I have to put in? I'm getting frustrated because it's like, damn, I'm gonna have to tell my son, take this paper to your grandmother and let her sign it before she drop you off. But I sat there, I said, nah, we gotta do something different. I say to myself, I'm the best. I'm the best. Like, expensive pain. Shout out to Meek Mills for that album, because that's how I look at my life. It's expensive pain. I've been through something, hard times. That shit is pain, but it's expensive behind it, because it's like you can't do the same things you normally do. Like, I'm grinding every day to go to these clubs and make, money. That's expensive pain, because I can't see that shit. So I said, yo, read the first line. And I said, whenever it's a blank, let me know it's a blank. He says a blank. All right, put your name right there. He reads some more. Okay, we agree to this. Take pictures in school. Yeah, why not? Let me know when it's the next blank. It's a blank. What do it says? Print my name. He print my name. The next blank says signature. All right, give me the pen. Let me sign now. Put the date on it. Take it to school. It's other ways around it. Like, I'm in the dark, but I seen a light to that. Because now my mother didn't sign that paper. I did. My son come home. And it's like, being in the dark, sometimes you could bring other people into your world, being in the dark. He asked me, he said, can I go to the store by myself? And I paused for a minute. It's like, damn, at my son's age, we was going to the store by ourselves with no problem. But I look at him telling me he want to go to the store by himself. That day I got shot, rewind and said, damn, what if something happened when he out there? But then it's like, the other side of me was like, yo, you can't think like that. He's protected. He's being watched. Plus, everybody over here know you. They know him. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to let you go to the store by yourself. Just let it be a decent time. He's like, all right. I'm like, you scared? He's like, nah, I'm not scared. I'm like, yes, you is. But deep inside, I was scared. But I kept saying to myself, yo, you can't keep him in the dark with you. So I gave him a $5. I'm like, hey, go to the store. He like, what I'm going to do with $5? It bugged me out because I'm like, back in the days, $5 was a lot to us. Nowadays, these kids spending $10, $15 at the store at one time. I gave him a tell him like, hey, I'm at the door just waiting. I'm itching. Part of me wanted to just go downstairs and just sit. But then he came back, he rung the bell, he went upstairs. I'm like, how was it? He like, it's good. I could always do it. I'm like, did you get the right change? It wasn't no change. So he spent my whole 10, but it's like, for that minute of me being in the dark and holding him into that dark, could not let my son wings grow. So like, he's a young man. He's grown to be a young man. I can't keep him in that dark. I gotta let him see the light of everything. My bad experience is not his bad experience. And I mean, once upon a time, my mother was like that with my little brother. Oh, he's at the Barclays Center. He's good. Because my bad experience is not his bad experience. Shout out to Paid in Full. He definitely is in the building. So I said, I gotta stop being in the dark, because the light is what I've been missing for these past 9 years. When I started this podcast, I was in the light, not knowing that I was out of the dark. I opened up to tell y'all my story. I'm not in the dark. I'm facing the light now. So much shit came out of it. Bel Air Road sponsorship to the podcast. More sponsorships coming soon. It's like, I got booked for a mental health festival. I'm booked the 18th in Minnesota, December. Every Wednesday. Wings and Drink Wednesdays at Jim's Lounge on Broadway. I will be there. Blind Papi will be hosting it. And I'm getting a check for this. So it's like, look how much came out of me coming out this dark. Then I looked at it too. It's like, all this time I haven't been in the dark. I've been in the light. It's just the people around me that's been in the dark. And if you got people around you that's in the dark, you need to let them go. If they not trying to see the light of things, let them go, because they will keep you in the dark too. And that's something I didn't want to do to my son. Keep him in the dark, because I was in the dark at one point, once upon a time. Everything is fuel. I can see clear. Merch coming soon. I see for you, because I see for a lot of people. And I see a lot of things that people don't see. It's hard to stop me. So you want to know how I feel to be in the dark? Just close your eyes and think of me and try to be like me. Only the strong will survive. If you do survive, you're a blind stepper. If you can't survive, then that means you got to sit down and reevaluate your life. Something ain't right. Things is wrong. I ain't in the dark no more. So I say the podcast is The Blind But Now I See. This is the first episode I really made y'all blind. You walk with me and we sing together. We gonna do that more episodes, you feel me? And I can't lie, I gotta give credit to the producer, Eden, because it was his idea in the beginning from season 1. And I'm like, you know what, let's try it. And it worked. I feel like we're gonna do more of that too. You feel me? Blind Papi merch coming soon. If you want to book Blind Papi, you definitely can. Instagram is blindbanic_. That's Instagram and Twitter. Gmail is BBNIC podcast@gmail.com. You can always reach out. You can send your questions. You can book Blind Papi. I mean, CJ definitely will respond to it, and we going to get this show on the road. But season 3, I'm excited. Because I really sat down and I mapped a lot of things, and I've been on social media and I've seen a lot of things I could talk about that I could help people out. I mean, next episode is going to be about suicide. And it bust my head because my aunt came in there and she crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she let me listen to this Instagram live, and it's a lady crying because her son committed suicide in a car. He was going through so many things. And it's like, I can relate to that shit. And she crying. She said, yo, I want you to reach out to these people. So I told her, I'm going to reach out, see if they come to New York, to sit on this couch, and we're going to make something happen. I got people that was in the army that's going through PTSD. I got people that lost their kids. I got so many stories that's going to come and touch this couch that can help a person home. So season 3, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But we're going to transition to dark to light. A moment, if you new to the episode, is a moment when I was in the dark, when it was hard for me to see the light of life, of living and everything. So one of my dark to light moments was, what can I say? Matter of fact, raw with it. I'm in the clubs with it. I'm making the money. I got the money to buy my son the clothes, to buy my son the sneakers. For my financial was not a problem. But I just wasn't happy because I couldn't see the progress I was doing in these clubs. It was tripping me up. I'm bugging and I'm not knowing my worth. To a point, it was like I was just taking anything. It was like whatever, like I'm just doing something. I'm in the dark with it. To a point when you getting calls, you sit there and say, I need you on this party. I know what you could bring to the table. I know what, and it's like other people know your worth and you don't know it. You got to really sit down and put your life in order. That could be a problem. Sometimes a person can see more in you that you can't see in yourself, and you'll be lost and left in the dark. And that's why I was at in life. So I sat down, I'm going to these clubs every week. I'm not seeing my worth, I'm just seeing the money. And that's when I can honestly say money can't buy you happiness. You got to find happiness within the situation and then within yourself. So I'm in the clubs, whatever. The girls, hey, so you know what's up with this, that, and the third. They dancing me, or do you want to drink this, that, and the third? And I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm in the dark. Let me get my money, let me go home. But then the light side of it, when people sit and hit you up and say, it's not a party tonight. You don't got nothing going on tonight. Or a promoter hit you up and say, can I book you tonight? Or can I book you for next week? I need you on this bill. Let's work together. I know your worth. And like that can make you see the light, because it's like you're not just doing it for the money. And you're not in the dark with it because your presence is well needed. And I really had to find myself to say, okay, I enjoy going to these clubs. I want to go to these clubs. Not only because of the money, because I have fun. I could be in a club dancing, somebody putting their arms around me. They be dancing together, somebody dancing on me. I'm having fun. It's like, when you really think about it, it's a lot of people that can't do what I do because they stuck in that dark. They mental health won't let them outside of their house or their comfort zone. So why is I'm still in the dark when I'm really on the light side of the fence? It's a lot of people that's it's people that can see that's paranoid. And they're like, yo, bro, you not scared to be in these clubs? And I'm like, scared of what? I get love in this club. When they call my name on the mic, I'm getting love. When the girls come to hug me as they come in and they know me by my name, oh, that's the promoter. That's who you talk to if you want a bottle or a table. That's the light side of things. Cause it's like I'm not in the dark, but at the same time, I'm not handicapped either. When you see me, you can't put a handicap stick on me because you're like, that nigga's wild independent. That nigga moving around the club. Yo, how you know it's me? I know your voice, bro. Damn, bro, I'm starting to think you could see. That shit makes me feel good because like my presence is made to be here. This is my duty. Like I'm doing my duty. Another story is like, I used to get mad when people ask me what happened to me. And I said and tell them and they like, wow, like how do you do this? How do you do that? A few weeks ago, I was at a funeral and somebody asked me like, who washed you up? Who feed you? Shit like that used to get me mad back in the days. Cause I'm like, yo, like just because I can't see, I'm not independent, bro. But then it's like, no question is a dumb question. People just don't know. So I answer the questions, whatever kid tell. I just say, know what, bro? I ain't even gonna answer no more questions. Just go to YouTube, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, go to iHeartRadio, Google, whatever you listen to your podcast at. Cause I know you listen to Herbal Decisions and the Brilliant Idiots, Lip Service, Drink Champs, wherever you listen to your podcast from, bro. Type in BBNIC and just go through every episode. You're gonna hear my story, bro. You'll be amazed that I'm doing shit that you're not doing, bro. So I think you need to catch up to me. My life is amazing. And that was the light side of everything. Like, you can't trip over being in the dark because you ain't gonna be in the dark forever. Especially when you got loved ones around you. If it wasn't for my brother, my siblings, my mother, my close friends, I still would have been in that dark. But they wouldn't let me ball up in that corner to be in the dark. They pulled me out that dark. This is what you used to seeing, the light. This is what you know, the light. I don't want you to turn back around and look at that dark room no more. So that's why I could sit and smile on this couch. When I first came in here on my first episode, I was nervous as hell. To a point my first episode, we did it twice because that's how nervous I was. Now I'm comfortable with it. I was talking low. I was ashamed. I was nervous. I'm comfortable. I could fucking dance. Go on my Instagram. You're going to see me busting moves and all that. Like, I'm the neighborhood hero. I'm the voice of the blind people. I'm the voice of the disabled. I'm happy of that shit. So while you at it, and if you not new, still go back to the old episodes. I want you to go look and see my growth from my first episode to now. I want you to sit and think, what do I miss? Leave that comment on Instagram. Go on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, comment. Let me know, rate my podcast so I can know what I could do better and how I can move to make these other seasons much better. So before it was, drop your questions. Now is Blind Papi. I got a question for you. So what questions do we have for Blind Papi? A lot of people ask these past couple of weeks is like, do you sometimes regret that night? What would you did different? What could I have done to get out of that situation? And I trip over those questions all the time. What could I have did different? I couldn't did nothing different. I was an innocent bystander just trying to get to my car to get home and got shot. So what could I have did different? I couldn't did nothing different. People like, oh, would you have still went to that party? Yes, I still would have went to that party. It's a free world. I could go anywhere I want to go and still do and don't have to worry about somebody robbing me. I should be able to go outside and have fun and live my life without worrying about somebody going to put a gun to me and try to take my life. What I did it different? No. Because if you go back to I believe it was episode 9, when I had my best friend up here and he was with me when I got shot. Things could have went a bit different because he could have got shot and then went and survived those bullets. So who is me to try to go back to history and change it? Then somebody asked me, What I could have did different. Would I put a gun on my waist? I thought about that. I could have had that gun on me. I could have had something to defend myself, to get him up off me. I could have shot him. I could have did it all. But is it worth being behind them jail walls, talking to my son doing 25 years of life, missing out on his first basketball game, missing out on him laughing and joking and playing, missing my nieces, my nephew? They got to come to the visitor floor to see me sitting around a whole bunch of inmates off a choice that I made that could have been avoided. No, I don't regret that. It felt good. My son tells me, yo, father, I got 2 girlfriends. I said, you got 2 girlfriends? He said, yeah, they in 7th grade now. My son in 5th grade. I said, they in 7th grade. I said, yo, bro, your school only go to 5th grade, so how you meet them? Oh, they was there when I was in school. So I started laughing. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so what do you say to them? He be like, I say, yo, what's good, baby girl? And it bust out laughing. It's like, that gun could have took all that away from me, because my son would not have that relationship to be comfortable to tell me that. My nephew came and said, Uncle Chris, I got a crush. I said, you got a crush? He said, I just be staring at her. I don't say nothing. These kids love me to a point they come in and tell me about their little crushes that they think they have. It's nothing more precious than that. I'd rather have this life than to be behind them jail walls 25 years missing it all. Then they ask, like, my life is perfect. I can't sit and say it's not. It's definitely perfect. I met people that I wouldn't have met if I could see. My world opened up even more. I was closed in, same circle. I didn't need no new friends. Now I'm meeting people that's different from the way I move, different from the way I was raised. And our relationship is A1. They enter my circle. My circle starting to spread a little bit more. I started to trust people more, because now I'm in a dark, so now I got to trust you to move with me. I got to trust that I'm walking to these clubs. You going to keep me safe. You got my back. You feel me? So this episode, pretty much, I just want to tell you, don't be in the dark. Come out that dark. The light is always better than that dark. Come out that room. Live your life. Don't let no mental health, don't let your past stop you from seeing that light. Because you missing a whole lot. Your future is even brighter. So I'd like to definitely thank you for tuning in for another week. Season 3 be coming back for a bang. Merch coming soon. Website getting built as we speak. Photos coming soon. It's so much coming soon that I got my hands in. Blind Papi here to stay. And I told you that 3 seasons later. So we going to leave on this note. If you think your life is hard, think about me. If you feel like you in the dark, turn on to my podcast. If you feel like you ready to give up, realize blind stepper never give up, and I don't want you to give up. I am FOBC Cnote, the Hood Ray Charles, Blind Papi if you nasty, Blind Lightning, the official blind stepper from the Blind BBNIC show. And I'm off this.